just want the world to know I was here, that I mattered.
Between you and me, in confidence. I'm making this video because things are not okay. Not because they'll never be okay, but because right now, everything is awful and nothing will ever be good again. And that's okay. But I'm not okay. I'm not sick, not in the literal sense. My body aches. I haven't drank enough water and my head hurts from the stress, but I'm physically fine. There's this small mantra that some people tell themselves when they're overwhelmed by or overcome with emotions. It's really simple. Am I hungry? Am I thirsty? Am I hot? Am I cold? And they get to start at the top and address them one by one as sort of a way to ground themselves, to help them connect with what they need to do. But I'm not hungry, and I'm not thirsty, and I'm not hot or cold, but I am still suffering. In Cyberpunk 2077, there's this moment when you've just finished saving Rosalind Myers from clear death at the hands of the Barcast, and the two of you finally make it to a safe house for Rosalind to stay at while you look for help to get her out of Dogtown. In this dingy little safe house building, this literal run-down shack of an old apartment section, there's a window, or a balcony, or a hole, I guess. And every time I play, every time I get here, I stop. I don't know why, or even how it happened the first time, but it did. I was walking through the safe house, looking for items and considering my next move as V before heading out to find help. Combing the environment for storytelling clues, and then all of a sudden I was here at this opening, staring at Dogtown, feeling for just a moment absolutely nothing, and then everything all at once. This view, the light, the gravity of the world below you, the energy of the movement, and the understanding that even with you way up here, staring down at the world you pretend like functions just for you, it doesn't. You are one of the simple people way up here. You don't get to be bigger than Earth here. There's no one to fight. There's no choices to make, no one here to hate. There is just silence. Silence and the understanding that even if you see yourself the same way your biggest critics do, that you are all of the things that are wrong with you. There's this scene in Season 3, Episode 10 of BoJack Horseman, where he finally does it. He accomplishes the first part of his life's goal. BoJack is nominated for an Oscar. He then proceeds to spend the next few days partying and raking in all the exposure and attention until Diane shows up and says this. I know how this kind of thing can sometimes send you spinning. Oh God, why doesn't this make me happy? Will anything make me happy? I'm an empty husk, that kind of thing. And BoJack responds by deflecting. He points out what he's achieved and the people that are here for him, to see him, to be around him, and then he tears her down. He asks her, what happened to you? You used to actually care about shit. And when she asks him if he can even name anyone at this party, he says, Tess. Lee.
You're just looking at the Tesla.
I don't know why it's so hard for you to believe that I could be happy. I'm not like you, okay? I don't fetishize my own sadness. The most broken man you can imagine. Someone so in love with self-destruction he can't go more than 10 hours without a media scare just said, I don't fetishize my own sadness. And he said it to the only person trying to help him. Diane responds appropriately to BoJack's berating by saying, "You know what's gonna happen? You're gonna win that Oscar, and you're gonna go up on that stage and give your little speech, and then you're gonna go home, and you're gonna be so miserable you'll wanna kill yourself, and you're gonna have nobody left to stop you." And then Diane walks away, and BoJack deflects.
No one's gonna be there when I kill myself? Listen to that chanting, Diane. The chanting don't lie.
And then BoJack tries to drown himself in his pool before he's saved miraculously by the same guy who announced that he was an Oscar nominee. And we find out that BoJack actually wasn't nominated, that it was a mistake, that BoJack is no one all of a sudden again. He's just like everyone else.
But you know what they say? It's an honor just to be nominated. Oh, wait.
So I'm just like everybody else.
BoJack then runs into Todd, his former roommate and best friend, and he immediately tries to guilt trip Todd into spending time with him. He says Todd owes him for not trying to get him into the Oscar nominees and for how much time he spent letting Todd live with him. He tries to tell Todd about how much he supported him. And Todd somehow finds out in this conversation that BoJack slept with Todd's sort of off and on again girlfriend. And that's when Todd snaps.
Of course, here it comes. You can't keep doing this. You can't keep doing shitty things and then feel bad about yourself like that makes it okay. You need to be better.
I know, and I'm sorry, okay? I was drunk, and there was all this pressure with the Oscar campaign. But now that it's over, I
No, BoJack, just stop. You are all the things that are wrong with you. It's not the alcohol or the drugs or any of the shitty things that happened to you in your career or when you were a kid. It's you. All right? It's you. Fuck, man.
The line that I think hits me the hardest from what Todd says here is, "You are all of the things that are wrong with you." That's such a monumentally deep line for Todd. For anyone, really. I think the statement, "you are all that is wrong with you," is nuanced in a way that not a lot of lines about self-reflection can be. If you take it at face value, it means that every flaw or anxiety that you have comes from a projection of who you are. And that's a thought process that could be damaging for anyone, honestly. But I think if you try to understand how Todd says it, not just what he says, you can feel the deep longing for BoJack to have done better. For himself, not for anyone else. You can hear in Todd's inflection that he's telling BoJack that if you are all the worst parts of you, then that means that you can change. And all you are can change with you. You need to be better, he says. You can only spend so much time being miserable just because you assume that's the only way to be. Whatever you're chasing, whatever you want, whatever you've done, you have to always remember what you actually need. And you have to find what you need to let go of. Whatever habit or behavior that got you where you are, it's not you. Learn to let go. Because someday suddenly you'll realize that you'll never have that conversation you wanted to. You'll never be able to undo the argument you started when you should have just been having a conversation. You'll never have that good relationship you wanted to with your father. And no matter how long you've waited, or how hard you've worked, or how far you got from who you were, you still have to prove that you're different. And even though you'd never admit it, part of you never let go of that chance. The possibility that maybe one day things would change somehow and you could have all of it, everything that you wanted. But the truth is, sometimes you can't have what you want. Sometimes you don't get to be the hero, even in your own story. Like Todd said, you need to be better. So do it, introspect, and be better if that's who you are.
You've made an impact. Not a single thing in this world isn't in the process of becoming something else.